Well, hello there, YouTube. It's Ro here. Thank you for visiting You Grow Ro. If this is your first time here, I hope you'll consider subscribing at the end of this video. If you've been here before, thank you so much for coming back. I appreciate you. Today, I'm going to be doing a much anticipated tomato taste test. I'll be doing 3 different varieties today that I've been looking forward to for literally years. I'm bringing you guys along in just a second. So, the 3 tomatoes I have today, I've literally been looking to for years. One of them I've tasted and I loved it. It's my all-time favorite tomato. I only got it to grow once. I've grown it every year subsequently and hasn't gotten another fruit until this year. And that tomato is the Pink Jazz. When I first had this one years and years ago, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 years ago, I don't know. My perception of time is way off. I was in love with this tomato. I had never tasted anything like it. It was enormous, it was tart, and it was meaty, it was juicy, it was, I don't know, it was something I'd never had before, and I've wanted it again ever since. I had only gotten 2 tomatoes off that first plant, and then I forget what happened, that one of them either fell off and like a groundhog got to it or something, and then I only had the one last tomato. So I have 1 tomato 5 years ago and been pining for it ever since, and I'm gonna taste one today. Now the one that I have 2 of them today, and the 2 that I have today look quite a bit different than what I had all those years ago, but it's the same seeds. I got the seeds from Baker Creek years and years ago. So I don't know if the tomato that I had last time wasn't completely ripe, and that's why the flavor was so unique to me. I don't know, but it looks completely different. I do have video that I took of the first tomato that I got to taste, and it's quite a bit pinker than this. This is definitely red, but we'll find out. The other 2 tomatoes I have, the second is the Orange Jazz. This one is giving me huge fruits this year. It's my first year having it. I've been wanting to grow it for quite some time, but I just hadn't gotten around to it. Excuse me. I just hadn't gotten around to it, and I think I tried a couple years ago, got a plant but didn't get any fruits. And then this year, the plant is doing fantastic. It's got probably a dozen fruits still on it. I have some pretty big ones here, but one of them for sure has got to be over a pound. I brought my scale out so we can weigh it. I also brought my bricks refractometer so that we can test the sweetness on these. And then the third tomato that I have is the Copperhead. I've been wanting this one since last year. I saw it in a video that, somebody did on some tomato seeds that they acquired, and I just, from the way it looked, I was like, oh my goodness, I have to have this. It's kind of like the Ananas Noir, which I'm also growing, but I have no fruits on either of my plants yet. Don't know how it tastes, but I know that I want to try it. So that's what this one's like. And so let's take a look at these. Oh, and I have a 4th one, that's right. I have a Longkeeper tomato. It's called the Lolek, and it's supposed to be able to keep during the wintertime in the house as long as you put it someplace cool and dark. But I think I left mine on the vine too long. They're feeling not firm, but not soft either. And I think when they're ripe, they're supposed to be somewhere in that stage. They're definitely the color they're supposed to get to. So I think I left mine on too long. We're going to give it a try. We're going to cut it open and see what it looks like. And I hope I'm wrong, because then that means everything else that's on that plant I won't be able to store over the winter. They're already too soft. So we'll see. I hope I'm wrong though. All right, let's get to this tasting. All right, here they are, friends. 3 Orange Jazz, 2 Pink Jazz, 1 Lolek and 3 Copperhead. Let's take a closer look. So first up is the Lolek Longkeeper tomato. I got the seeds from Meraki Seeds. Had a beautiful color there. That's about what it's supposed to look like. What the vendor says about it is Lolek is a Longkeeper variety, produces large, round, oval-shaped, slightly ribbed tomatoes around 80 to 100 grams each. The fruits ripen from green to yellow to pale orange. Very firm and meaty fruits with pink-red flesh, mild tomato flavor, keeps very well after the harvest and can be stored hanging in clusters on trays, etc. It has good resistance to wilt, dwarf-like growth, determinate 80 to 85 days. Shoulders are slightly ribbed. The color is coming through. I wouldn't call this round or large by any means, but my plant is struggling, so let's cut into it. Move these big ones out the way. Now the Lolek, I honestly think I left them on the plant far too long, but it was my first time. Look at that. That's the Lolek. Oh my goodness. All right, guys, I'm sorry about that. No sooner than I started recording did both of my neighbors decide to start cutting their grass. And it's a Monday. I have today and tomorrow off. It's Monday, September 16th. At 2 in the afternoon, but whatever. Anywho, let's get this video going. So here is the cross section of that Lolek tomato. That looks pretty darn close to what the picture was that I showed you guys. I'm gonna say this is ripe. I have left these on too long. My bad, but that looks awful juicy, doesn't it? Gorgeous. That pink color is almost fuchsia. It is really, really magnificent. All right, let's give it a taste here. I've been waiting. Now this would, of course, should have been a tasting that I'm doing, you know, like 3-6 months down the road, and I do have some more of these tomatoes I'm gonna try and let keep, but we'll see. Uh-oh, we got some rotting in here. Yeah, I definitely left these on too long. That's a shame. You can see inside of there. Got a little bit of rotting just about to start on this, so let's take a piece off of here. Here, all right. That's surprising. Very meaty. Very, very meaty. It has a classic tomato flavor. Mild. Somehow it's wet and dry at the same time. But I'll tell you what, if this was the only fresh tomato I had from my garden, you know, after the summer, I would absolutely be pleased to have this sliced up. However, I imagine though, as time goes on, it gets less and less juicy, but if it tastes like that, I could see keeping that for months and months on end and using it as needed. Let me try one more piece here. So that was the bottom end that was beginning to rot. This is the top end. I'm not mad at that at all. I really hope that I can get some of these to last for a few months so I can compare this. It's a decent flavor. I mean, it's not gonna knock your socks off, but it's better than anything you're gonna get in the grocery store, that's for sure. That is that is really surprising. Wow. So now I know I need to run out there and get the rest of those tomatoes off of that plant. But that, my friends, is the Lolek. I like that one. I'm very pleased with that. For what it's supposed to be, I'm very pleased with that. Alrighty. Moving on was the Copperhead, which I just chose because it was so beautiful. Oop. Would you look at that? No, my fruits don't look like that. And this is the same place I got the seeds from, but whatever. So it says here, Meraki seeds again. It says here, Copperhead is a dwarf variety growing up to around 100 centimeters in height, producing slightly flattened, ribbed mid-sized tomatoes around 180 to 120 grams each. The fruits are copper brown red with green pink flesh and greener neck. Excellent fresh fruity flavor. Woo! Indeterminate dwarf tree type. Discovered in the garden of Helene Bergquist of Norway. All right, let's do the review. Ta-da! This is very juicy and very ripe. That is gorgeous. Oh, not quite as vibrant coloring as the pictures from the website, but still stunning. Absolutely stunning. Smells great. It's a little too soft. This is my kind of tomato. This is my kind of tomato. Oh yeah. I'm taking this up there with the brown sugar. Oh, I wish I had one right now. I can compare them. I'm almost going to say this is better than the brown sugar. It's tart. The flesh is soft, but I think it's a little overripe. Very juicy. Skin's a bit tough. I wouldn't say firm, it's tough. I'm still chewing on the skin. A lot of flavor, a lot of flavor. Let's see what the Brix is on this. Oh my. That's fabulous. Lots and lots of juice. It is a 6. This is a 6 on the Brix. So not bad at all. You know what? Let's take a look and see what the Longkeeper was. I should have checked that one before, but I didn't. Okay. This is the Longkeeper. The Longkeeper is a 4. Yeah, the Longkeeper is a 4, where the Copperhead is a 6. And I'm finding that in doing these Brix tests with the refractometer, that I'm liking my tomatoes around a 6. 6.5. I can't remember, but I don't think I've had anything that's like been a 7 or an 8. But those that are like around the 6 are very pleasant to me. I like that. I like that a lot. It's earthy. If you're not into an earthy flavor, you won't like this. But I like it. I think this is very good. Very, very good. That was surprising, yes? I mean, most people aren't choosing their tomatoes by the way they look, but evidently I am. And so I've gotten lucky here twice. No, more than twice, because the Fat Frog was really good. The Evil Olive was really good. Now this and the brown sugar, yeah, all really good. Moving on. This here is the Orange Jazz. Oh yeah, let me go cleanse my palate. That tomato is still in my mouth. I can still taste it. Hold on. Okay. Woo. That's good. Cold water. All right. What were we gonna do next? Oh, the Orange Jazz. Ooh, isn't she beautiful? And I got this big mammoth thing here. Let's see if I can weigh it. This is 20.69 ounces. So that's 1 pound, 4 ounces and some change. That's almost 1.5 pounds, guys. Holy smokes. Isn't that crazy? Look at that. It's absolutely stunning. All of them are. The plant probably has about 8 more fruits on them. They're not all 1 pounders like this. They're more like these here, which are still nothing to sneeze at. In fact, let's see. This one is 0.91 pounds, so practically a pound. And then this one is 0.77, so again, almost a whole pound. Wow. Holy smokes. And they're absolutely gorgeous. I got the seeds from Baker Creek. And it says here, the Orange Jazz tomato is a beefsteak from the breeder Fred Hampel. It's fruity and juicy with a crisp texture and complex flavor. The large productive plants require staking. They are not lying, they really do. Later planting and drip irrigation are recommended to prevent blight and leaf septoria. At the moment, I don't think that plant has any issues right now, so it's doing pretty good for me. And that looks like the picture too. So we're spot on there. I've been looking forward to this. Like I said, the Pink Jazz was my all-time favorite. I've only ever had one of those tomatoes, I'm pretty sure. And I was like, oh, I want to try all the other jazzes too, because it's not just Pink Jazz and Orange Jazz, there's other jazzes as well. So let's slice into it. Here, I'll do it this way. Ooh. Cutting it was like cutting meat. No wonder. That reminds me of Dad's sunset, does it not? Look at that brilliant color, my goodness. It took some elbow grease to cut through this, you guys. Wow. Smells good. All right, I'm gonna take a little slice. Not the biggest seed cavities, but there are seeds to be had. And it is an heirloom, so it can be saved. All right, let's see. So juicy. Very, very juicy. Let me try another piece here. I'm sorry to say, I am underwhelmed with this. What's the bricks on this? Let's see. It's really mild. And I've already mentioned to you guys, I actually prefer like red, green, purple, black tomatoes for the more acidic flavor. But I have had some yellows and oranges that I liked, and I was hoping this would be one of them. This is a 4. That's a 4. Yeah, this is, yeah. I'm really disappointed with this one. I feel so bad. And the fruits are so mammoth. But that is just largely flavorless. Based on this tasting, I would not grow it again. It's just blah. It's blah. And we didn't have any rains recently. It's been dry for the most part. So it should be, I think, more flavorful than what it's giving. And it's just not. Oh, that stinks. You know what? Maybe let me try another one. I'm still gonna use these though. Don't get me wrong. These are going in sauce. These are definitely going in some sauce. I love the way it feels cutting into this thing though. It's like you're cutting into meat. Look at that. Nice seeds to be had there. But yeah, this, I don't think this is for me. That one was better. I still wouldn't regrow it. No, that one was disappointing for me. But don't let that stop you. If you want some enormous fruits and you like a mild tomato, look into that one. Okay. Isn't that gorgeous? Next, let's do, oh, we only have one more. And that is the pink jazz. The one that I grew years and years ago, had one fruit and been remembering it ever since. Kept growing it, couldn't get it to fruit. Here's a picture. And this is looking quite a bit more red than that photo. But it says here, and again, the seeds are from Baker Creek. I have a little small one here too. And it says here, this legendary tomato from the breeder, Fred Hempel, has introduced one of his most stunning varieties yet. I mean, that is absolutely gorgeous. I'm not doubting that at all. This big beefsteak often weighs in at 1 pound each, dripping with sweet tomato flavor that is also often described as having peach undertones. All right, so I have no 1 pound fruits on this plant, at least that I could see, but it's in the middle of the bed, so for all I know, there could be. I found this one on the ground. It had been probably sitting there for way too long. As you can see, got a little bit of damage for sitting down there. I didn't see it in there. So, all right, last one. Let's give it a taste. Beautiful. Considerably more flavorful than the orange jazz. A little bit, what would you call that? Velvety? Let's try another piece. Yeah, really smooth texture. Still not gonna knock your socks off though. I think though, way better than the orange jazz. I don't know. These are somehow feeling a little watery to me. So I'm not sure what's going on there. I don't have drip irrigation. They've just been getting what nature provides. So they shouldn't be too watery, but I don't know. Okay, having tasted both of these and kind of having the same feeling that they were on the watery side, I'm thinking I would grow these again to see if maybe that was just a one-off situation. Especially with this orange jazz, because it is so productive and these fruits are enormous. And the last time I grew the pink jazz, the fruits were pretty enormous as well, but I love the flavor. And this was sort of that flavor that I remember, but it's watered down. So yeah, I take that back then. I would grow both of these again. And maybe in a different year with different circumstances. It's a better tomato. All right, well, that was a little bit disappointing. For sure, the pink jazz has been knocked down. It is not my #1 favorite anymore, but the Copperhead was a nice surprise. That was really good. And I was surprised by the juiciness of the Longkeeper, but again, that's supposed to hold for up to 6 months or something like that. So to judge it now is probably a little unfair. So, all right, friends, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and I will see you guys in another video on another day. Until then, happy growing, my friends.